Everyone coming in, you know how it is. It's your boy Mark and MUFC fan, and let's get right into business because Man United is doing some business right now, and it looks like we're finally at the end of the transaction of the takeover point. 25% investment stake officially announced. Sir Jim walks into the building. He is now co-owner, announced by Joe Glazer in an announcement last night, 9 p.m. UK time. Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Arsenal had their phases. Man City had their progression. United now is having their evolution. And it's clear, guys, that United and Sir Jim Ratcliffe are making some very good moves, footballing intelligent decisions for Manchester United. Guys, what are your thoughts? Get in the comments. Let me know what you are thinking. It's my proud moment to present this information to you because at the end of the day, we may not have all agreed on the 25% stake, but it took 18 months and it's finally over. And we can see that there are some good decisions being made based on our own assumptions and research, and the fact that these incomings, right, in the form of two C-level poached, hijacked basically executives in the form of Omar Barada as well as Dan Ashworth, are looking to be very intelligent decisions made by the new co-owner Jim Ratcliffe and the Trawler Group. Guys, and you have to really confirm it's the Trawler Group because it's not Ineos, because at the end of the day, if it was Ineos, it's going to be a problematic situation when we qualify for Champions League. Guys, get your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. It's your boy. Smash those likes and subscribe. You know how it is. You know what we do. We bring the information to you, inform you so you can make your decisions, and guys, we can discuss it afterwards. I'm gonna get right in it. You smash those like buttons, hit those notification bells. Let's start this show. And guys, you know I am back. Back we are, and you know what it is, guys. It's how it is. It's the work. It's the word of the day. Let's get into the show and let's see what's happening right now as I bring to you this presentation. Let's see how it goes. And it's announced Joe Glazer issues statement as Sir Jim Ratcliffe completes purchase of Manchester United stake. Guys, great news. Look at that picture. Looks like a decent trio. Two guys in spectacles and one guy in the middle looking smartly. What's going on, guys? What are your thoughts? Let's get right into this information. The Glazers family has broke their silence after Manchester United confirmed that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is now officially a co-owner of the club. For the first time since 2005, the structure of Manchester United's ownership has a significant other than the Glazer family. It's not ideal, but it's better than what it was when we had the Glazers in full control of the club, and that is 100% true so far, based on decisions made. On Tuesday night, the Glazers issued a statement that read, Manchester United is pleased to confirm that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has completed his 27.7 acquisition stake of the club. Following approvals, all conditions, including the FA and the Premier League, the deal was agreed on Christmas Eve. It is worth 1.03 billion Sir Jim Ratcliffe will also make further investments towards the club's infrastructure. Speaking about the deal, United's executive co-chairman Joe Glazer said, I would like to welcome Sir Jim Ratcliffe as co-owner and look forward to working closely with him and Ineos Sport to deliver a bright future for Manchester United. It's an exciting time at United because all fans are hoping for a brighter future under Ratcliffe. Of course, the proof is always in the pudding, but Ineos are trying to attract the best in class for their recruitment team moving forward, with attempts being made to hire Dan Ashworth as sporting director following Newcastle's decision to place him on gardening leave. Omar Barada will also be joining from Man City as Chief Executive Officer. Subscribe, guys. You know what it is. You know, this is, how exciting is this news, guys? How exciting is this news? You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Let's get right into some other information coming in, and I'm just gonna go really quickly and switch right to this tab. Just the beginning, Sir Jim's rallying cry to Manchester United supporters. It's been a long time coming, 18 months, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe's partial takeover of Manchester United has now been fully ratified. According to Sky Sports, Trawler Limited, a company that's wholly owned by the Ineos founder, received FA and Premier League approval last week. What does that mean for the club? It's that Sir Jim and his team can now press ahead with the various changes that they wish to make in order to take the club forward. To become co-owner of Manchester United is a great honor and it comes with a great responsibility. He is quoted as saying, "This marks the completion of the transaction, but just the beginning of our journey to take Manchester United back to the top of English, European, and world football, with world-class facilities for our fans to enjoy. Work to achieve those objectives will accelerate from today." Guys, and Jim Radcliffe, look at him. He's smiling. Look at the trio there. Look at that photo in front of Old Trafford, guys. You see the faces. They've all been here. Some of them have done amazing. Some of them, we still expect much more. And what can I say? It's been on the move. It's been a long time coming. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's words has been seen as a rallying cry of sorts to supporters who have long suffered under the Glazer family regime. The ill feeling towards the Glazers isn't something that can continue if Sir Jim Ratcliffe is to be able to achieve everything that he is setting out to do. Guys, this is definitely sounding pretty nice because you know what? It might just mean that it marks the end of the Glazer regime. Guys, before I get into your comments, I'm going to switch right into this bit of news breaking right now as Manchester United asked Gary Neville to help regenerate Old Trafford. What does this mean, guys? Manchester United have asked Gary Neville to regenerate Old Trafford. Neville has been invited by the club to join a newly devised committee which will make plans and key decisions on how the tired stadium is improved, as well as how the surrounding area is developed according to the Times. Neville is open to the idea of participating so long as his role does not create conflict of interest with his work as an analyst for Sky Sports. And that sounds pretty good. Let's hear what's going on here. So Jim's purchase of the quarter of Manchester United was confirmed on Tuesday, and the petrochemical billionaire is determined to make a quick impact on all aspects of the club on and off the pitch. Neville has been a staunch critic of the Glazer family, who have allowed Old Trafford to degrade over the past decade and have failed to invest in the land around the ground, which the club also owned. But the Glazers are taking a step back, and Ratcliffe's Trawler Group are now leading much of the operational aspects at United. Ratcliffe is considering whether to renovate the existing stadium, as Liverpool have done to the Anfield in stages over the past few years, or at a considerably more cost. Whether to build a new state-of-the-art stadium beside Old Trafford, as Tottenham Hotspur have done at White Hart Lane. Across town, Manchester City's Abu Dhabi owners have invested hundreds of millions into regenerating the area immediately surrounding the Etihad Stadium, and there is scope for something similar around Old Trafford, on land which is largely unused. Neville is already invested in the area with co-ownership of Hotel Football and University Academy 92 nearby. Guys, these are exciting times for Manchester United. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Let's get right into it. Big ICGB is coming in. Good morning to you, my brother. Hope you are well. Man, I did get some sleep, but I had some stuff to do this morning. Finished quite late. Now I'm here. Really like the wording co-ownership instead of minority investors. Well, to be fair, it is co-ownership because he's 27% stake in, and the Glazers will now, they have what now, 40 something percent, 43, I think, of overall. That was supposed to be something like 69. Big up to you. Ahoy, Jim lad. Apologies, been watching pirate films. Big up to you. Big up to you guys. Manu Tata, Mark N, control your excitement for Sir Jim. We are still where we are. I'm not excited about Sir Jim. I'm just excited that the process is finally over, to be fair, my bro. It's a long road ahead, but you know what? At least we're not standing still. We at least took a step forward as the process has become, finalized, and now we can see what the moves are going forward now. We're actually stepping forward now. So that's why I'm excited. I'm not really excited about Sir Jim. At the end of the day, I'm still waiting to see what he does, and then I'm gonna decide and make my opinions and criticisms and comment on it. Compost is not excited at all. Everything he's doing so far, anyone can do. Yeah, I kind of agree with that because I would not take away from the fact that it's very possible that if it was Qatar or someone else, they would most certainly do the same thing. At the same time, I would have to say that when he appointed Omar Barada, it was unexpected. I would have to say that getting Dan Ashworth, even though I'm kind of critical of that in that person, is for me, it's also a very good decision. Now let's see how he moves from here. For me, I'm one of those fans that also believes in second chances. So I'm really hoping for some way, in some slim way, that he offers an olive branch to Mason Greenwood. I know a lot of fans may not like that, but to be fair, I think it's a step in the right direction. And Manchester United has always done things across the grain rather than along the grain. And I really would like to see something different, something unexpected, something that says to the fans, hold that. Says to the world, hold that. Says to the world, we are Manchester United and we dictate the path that we walk ahead. And I think that bringing him back and even probably giving him the number 7 would be a great way to stand and make a great statement, because the youngster has shown he has the ability to come back fighting with his performances week in, week out in Spain. And a lot of people might criticize it, but he's been watched by all the top teams. Lots of scouts are visiting because you know what? He is one of the best players in La Liga this season. Big up to you, Compo Smurf. A long road ahead. It certainly is. We are just at the beginning. And it's fitting because, like I've always kept saying, we're, 1.5 seasons into a rebuild. It's fitting that we are finally getting a structure at this point. Midway through Eric Ten Hag's initial contract, I think it's fair. And I think it's only fair to him that he gets to finish his contract before we make a actual critical decision on his tenure. Because at the end of the day, we've seen what he can do, and we've seen that what he has done at Ajax with a structure behind him and with the kind of structure that we're currently building, I think most certainly it's going to benefit him, benefit our squad, and benefit the progression of football and the evolution of Manchester United. Qatar would certainly have acted more because we already know Qatar would have cleared the debt instantly. So, yeah, but at the end of the day, Manu Tata, this is the reality. This is what we are dealing with. This is what we have in front of us. So at least we could sit back and see how it works. At the end of the day, it's one of those things where we can be disappointed that we didn't get a full sale, but at the same time, don't close your mind to the opportunity that's in front of you. Maybe it actually works out well for us. So let's be a little bit positive, see how it goes before we actually get giddy. So, yeah, I know all I'm saying is we should be happy that the process is actually over, because now it's like a weight that would also be lifted. Now there's confirmation that everything could go forward. You know what I mean? And you never know, maybe in the coming weeks we might see a lot of movements taking place. So, like Compost, don't trust the shady petrochemical billionaire, but let's see what he does. We are going to sell Greenwood for a pittance. Man, that would be the biggest mistake of Manchester United and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I think if he was to do something like that, I think a lot of players would lose their faith in the club as an entity that will have the courage to back them. You know what I mean? A lot of fans think about the facial image, their image, what rival fans think, but they don't think about the club as a company or as a unit that has a duty of care to the players before the fans, because at the end of the day, the players are employed by the club. And and if they don't have a care for them and try to protect them even at their bad moments, sometimes depending on situations, it's one of those things where where's the loyalty? You know what I mean? Could we expect loyalty from players week in, week out if we don't show some loyalty to players ourselves? as a club, as a fan base. Now, I'm not saying let's be, player FC. I'm saying this is a player that came from our academy. And if we consider Manchester United like a village, he's one of the kids. We can't just ostracize him. It would be kind of inhumane of us as fans. You know what I mean? We should be a little bit more, have some compassion, in the sense that I know it's a hard road to forgive someone for some things, especially when it's certain things. But at the same time, it takes courage to forgive people. And I would definitely bring him back, Compost, and I would give him the number 7, and he would be on his last chance. Yeah, I could firmly agree with that. No nonsense, and he's out. But I would also say that, I would also be willing to take that chance on the kid. And if anyone is with me, you know what I mean? Smash a like button, because at the end of the day, you know, everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone deserves a chance. And regardless of what it is, even if you were to tell them give up, would you really like someone to tell you give up on your dream? I think it's really hard to say these things. So, being fair, let's give the kid a chance. Let's give this manager a chance. Let's give this new co-ownership a chance, because you know what? It's what we got. It's what we have in front of us. And we all know the possibilities and the potential. 1, of the player, 2, of the squad, 3, of this manager, and 4, of a ownership situation that's already better than what we had before. I'm just saying, it's not up to us to forgive him. We don't even know what the hell went on. Exactly. But I'm just saying it because at the end of the day, there are people who saw 13 seconds of a 45-minute actual video, and the 13 seconds that they saw was clipped from a certain segment and was said to be stitched together. I'm not sure, but at the same time, I'll just go for as far as to say this. At the end of the day, if we are selling him, 90 million is a basic necessity, guys. It's not a discussion. He's better than a lot of guys. He's better than Olise by far. And if people want to pay 70 million for Olise, just the mere thought that they can accept less for Mason Greenwood shows you that they don't care about the football. They don't care about Manchester United. They care about themselves. We're fans. And if you care about this club, it should always be in the benefit of the club, not in the loss. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Manchester United is our club. This is the club that we love. We kiss the badges as fans. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, there's some people like to call names and name call for some reasons or whatever, just to make themselves feel better about their lives. It's one of those things where I think you should look in the mirror, my guy, because at the end of the day, you're just coming around spreading hate. No one wants that. You wouldn't want someone to be spreading hate about you, saying derogatory comments about you every single chance they get. It doesn't make them a better person, nor does it make you a better person. My guy, I think you need to check yourself about that. You know what I mean? We paid 100 million euros for a fake Brazilian, and Mason is twice the player. Now, I might be mad at that comment because I'm backing Anthony to come good, but at the same time, if we're talking footballing ability, there's no doubt that Mason is the best winger that we have at Manchester United. There's no winger at this club since the class of 92 that's better than Mason Greenwood. And if anyone thinks differently, maybe you're not wearing your spectacles on correctly. And, for the people that are asking these weird questions that aren't even relevant, because this is, for one thing, it's one thing to say that he was alleged to abuse someone, but it's the next thing to call him that, my bro. And yeah, you watch movies, bro. Audio's out there. Do you think they record the lines for movies when they're filming? Google that, bro, and then you'll educate yourself a little bit. You know, 13 seconds. How many 13-second clips of Mark Goldbridge has anyone seen? And then he comes on and says, "You know what, guys? That's out of context." And how many of you believe him when he explains himself? So, if you want to make a judgment on someone based on 13 seconds, I don't think you're someone I'd want to be friends with. Because if someone says to you something in 13 seconds and I don't have a chance to defend myself, you're going to turn your back on me. What kind of loyalty is that? You know what I mean? So if you want to judge people based on 13 seconds, I'll say this to you in closing. Be prepared to have yourself be judged on 13 seconds. And if you're comfortable with that, then I'm happy for you and I'm happy for all of you. But I'll say this, back to football, because football is what it's about. And when we talk about players on Manchester United, guys, we are talking about players based on footballing ability. Let's keep talking about football and the footballing ability, because this is a football club and this is a footballing situation. This is not an emotional situation, my guy. You know what I mean? So if you want to come here and talk only about your emotions and how you feel about something, I'm okay with that. Have your fun, have your say, bro. But let's keep it on football. You know what I mean? So let's talk strictly, right, about football. And when we talk about footballers, let's talk strictly about their footballing ability, because that's all that matters at the end of the day in the context of what we're doing here. Because at the end of the day, we are all here to talk about the best football players playing for Manchester United, giving their best every single game, winning us game, and taking us to win a league. And then on to a European title once again. So it's not about, all these other things that you want to keep talking about, bro. And all I'm saying to you is, if you want, I'll let you come on. Tomorrow, this evening, I'm having a show at 10 p.m. UK time. You can definitely come on and have your say. I will send you the link personally, my bro. And yeah, let you have your say, bro. And you say everything you want to say, my guy. Because at the end of the day, it's an open forum. Let's speak football. Let's enjoy the football. And let's get it right. Because at the end of the day, we are all Manchester United fans. We want what's best for Manchester United. I want Manchester United to win trophies. I don't care about Instagram, right? I don't care if Manchester United has 100 million Instagram followers, bro. I care if Manchester United has the next 5 trophies in the Premier League under our belt, in our cabinet. That's what I care about. You want to know something? So the world is evolving. Things are ever changing. And we are not the only football club in the world that's meant to operate on morals, like Compo Smurfs is saying. Because a lot of people make mistakes in their careers. And if you're a fan of Tupac Shakur, he was actually charged and he went to jail for something like that. So, you know, if you're a fan of lots of actors and movie stars, you need to check up their backgrounds, because a lot of them have these things. There are various different athletes around from you know, different disciplines that have experienced traumatic events in their past, but they've moved on from that and become who they've become in the world today. So you have to look at it like this, right? The world moves on, it revolves. Sometimes people make mistakes and they are allowed, depending on the severity of the mistake, to have a second chance in life. Not just because we say so, but because if the law does not convict them, then it means that they are not actually guilty for whatever reason or whatever shape or form. And if the law does convict them and they serve their time, then they have a chance to make themselves a better person and contribute to society. It's what we need in this world, guys. You know what I mean? A little love, spread it around. The hate is too much. Let's not talk about that. And let's be honest, I'm just saying, if we're going to sell him, let's get 90 million. 35 million is chump change. It's degrading, not just to the player, but to Manchester United and the footballing intelligence of fans worldwide. Right? Just let you know something. So, as much as you might not want the player back, you have to remember, we should still sell him based on his value, based on his ability, based on his talent, and based on his potential. And if we can pay 70 million for Rasmus Højlund, I'd say Mason Greenwood is equally as good, equally talented, and probably better with both feet. So yeah, I'd take 90 M's if he has to go, but I would certainly bring him back. It's your choice if you won't have him back. But at the end of the day, if his his significant other could forgive him, have his kid, and prepare to marry him, then I'm saying, you know what? Let this guy have a second chance. Let him work on his life. Let him do his thing. Let him play his football. And we can certainly use his abilities in our squad. Guys, it's been my pleasure to bring this comments to you. Initially, it's based on the fact that Manchester United has announced officially that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has joined as co-owner, 27.7% stake. Done. Deal transaction is signed and sealed. He starts working, and we are as fans should expect to see a ramp up and speed process in the acquisitions and inquisitions and incomings of structural executives, not just C-level, because we already have two of them in Omar Barada, and incoming shortly thereafter will certainly be Dan Ashworth, since he has been placed on gardening leave, and Manchester United have been negotiating behind the scenes the terms of his release. Guys, your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking about this progression, the end of the takeover saga, and what lies ahead for Manchester United. It's going to be a long road, guys. Don't even stress. Don't think we're going to see a trophy next season. If we do see one, we will be overachieving, in my opinion, if we was to win the Premier League next season. But we certainly should expect to see an improvement in the way we negotiate transfers, an improvement in the way we sell young players at the squad, an improvement in the ethos and the environment and the behavior of members of Manchester United, especially the players in and outside of the football pitch. And you know what, guys? We certainly should see some moves and some drastic moves and changes in terms of backroom staff, because as we know, we had a poor set piece coach, but our set pieces have gotten better recently. Maybe there are changes happening and we haven't known just yet. Our medical staff has not been the best, so let's see if Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe make some changes much needed to that department. Let's see what's going on. And let's look forward to the progress and the evolution of Manchester United. It might not be as fast as we hope, but let's just hope that it's slow and it's steady and consistent, guys. Let's look forward to the game on this Saturday as we are at home facing Fulham. I will be bringing to you a match preview on that on Friday. Guys, look forward to it. Hit the notification bells. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for being here. Big up to you, ManUnited. Hey, what's going on with you, Compost Smurf? Will, big up to you. Despite your opinion, my bro, I know that's your opinion, and I wouldn't change it for the world, because at the end of the day, you are your own person, my bro. Big up to you, GB. Thank you for coming in. Hope you have a great day, everyone. Thank you for taking the time. Hope you could smash the like and share it around. And if you have time, join me later on. I'm going to be coming back with the stream later on, digging into all your comments that you left on my non-live section, letting me know what your thoughts are and how you think Manchester United are going to proceed going forward. Big up to everyone. It's been your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan, with the daily update. And it's my views. Manchester United makes it official. So Jim Ratcliffe is here. Let's see what they have in store. We also have Omar Barada and soon to be coming in, DOF Dan Ashworth.